everyone, I'm Kelly Stewart. Some people call me Kelly in Vegas. You've probably seen me on several media outlets in the past. Currently, I am an owner of WagerTalk.com, home of the largest free sports betting content on the planet. Also dabble in some podcasts here at the Westgate right now, doing the Kelly and Murray show. It's been a really fun run, and we're gonna get to know behind the bettor. Do you remember your first sports bet? Yeah, I hope I don't get myself in trouble for this one, but I won a trip to Vegas when I was 19 years old, and I had a fake ID, which they didn't even ask for, but I was at the New York, and I put 40-1 on K-State to win the national championship that year. Me and my dad split it, $100. What is your most memorable sports bet? I think memorable is different than favorite, because favorite is the last one I just won. Most memorable, probably the big parlay I hit that was 85-1, because it completely catapulted me to where I am today. And by some miracle, if this hits, it pays $82.50 on a $100 bet. But the most memorable was actually hitting two of those back-to-back in the fall of 2021. That was pretty memorable. What is your best advice for sports bettors? Ooh. I would probably say show some discipline. Have fun with it. You want to be a $5 parlay bettor? Eat your heart out. I think that a lot of people try to keep up with their buddies, or they try to overbet, and that gets them in a lot of trouble. And it also gives the industry a bad look, right? You've all heard horrible stories about marriages being ruined and people being completely bankrupt from it. Like, know your limits. What is your all-time favorite sportsbook in Las Vegas? Well, you are here in it right now. It is the Westgate, and I still get in trouble because sometimes I still call the SuperBook here at the Westgate Las Vegas the Hilton, because it was the Hilton when I first moved here. It's changed. It's undergone a lot of facelifts over the years to be this beautiful book that it is now, but the Hilton has a lot of old school memories for me. Ooh, if you could share a VIP booth at a sportsbook with any three famous people for a day, who would they be? Oh man, I'm kind of a monster to watch sports with, so like I'd have to like pick people that I'm not gonna embarrass myself with. Like you gotta choose wisely here, because for me, I want to still gonna be myself. Yes! But also I don't want to be judged for, you know, chucking a remote across the the clubhouse behind us. John Murray, he's very famous. Jay Cornegay is really famous. Three famous is a lot. All right, fine. Michael Jordan, Charles Barkley, John Daly. All degenerates. That's why, because they won't judge me. And I've actually watched a couple of games with Charles before in a sportsbook. Oh, this is a dumb question. College football Saturdays or NFL Sundays? There's only one correct answer, and you guys know it's absolutely college football Saturdays. What is the best sporting event you've ever attended? So I don't know if this was the best, but it was like, okay, you asked memorable earlier. The most memorable sporting event I ever attended. And then to find out that K-State was a favorite and they didn't cover was crazy. But it was K-State, Nebraska in 1996. The snow is like falling down, and K-State finally ended their losing streak to Nebraska. Then to see the next day that Eric Crouch's helmet was turned all the way around made it even better, because it was a missed call by the Zebras. But that was like a big time memorable event for me. Okay, this one got asked to me on Twitter, and people didn't like my answer. What is the best gambling movie ever? It's The Hangover. It's all about coming to Vegas, getting absolutely obliterated out of your mind, and making horrible life decisions. That is what gambling really is. Gambling movie. They are gambling. They have to win the money back so they can get their friend home to his wedding on time. That is a gambling movie. The Hangover. Absolutely one of my favorites of all time. What was your first job in the sports betting industry? I started KellyInVegas.com. and I started working with the lovely guys over at Don Best Sports. They gave me my first job, and I learned an immense amount of things about the industry from Todd Furman, Kenny White, Brian Blessing, and so many others. It was a really great opportunity for me. Other than sports betting, what is your favorite way to gamble? Nobody knows this because nobody pays attention. I like to play blackjack. I love baccarat. Monkey, 9, barking when you have a king and a 9, being absolutely obnoxious, being able to rip up the cards, do whatever you want. When you have the biggest bet on the table, nobody can ruin that for you, unlike blackjack. Who would be on your Mount Rushmore? Who would be on your Mount Rushmore of people in sports betting? We now have the Sports Betting Hall of Fame, so there is a lot of people in there. Number 1, Billy Walters, absolutely should be on the Mount Rushmore. I would have to say Roxy probably should be on the Mount Rushmore. And then it gets really thick. Like guys 3 through 10, you could make an argument for any of them. I'm gonna piss some people off. I'm gonna offend some really prominent people in this industry because I'm not gonna pick them. It is really tough. Those first 2, very easy. So I mentioned earlier that Don Best was an integral part of my success. There was another side of that. Then I went to work at the Las Vegas Review-Journal, and one of the first bookmakers I met in town was Jimmy Vaccaro. So he absolutely belongs on the Mount Rushmore. Imperial Palace Sportsbook Director, now Vice President of Sportsbook Operations here at the Westgate, Jay Cornegay, deserves that 4th spot on Mount Rushmore. There are several others that went unnamed, so I don't want to hear about it. Actually, tell me about it in the comment section. Ooh, what is one thing about sports betting today that you hate? Social media, probably. Like, I think at the end of the day, we all forget, we're all laying 11 to win 10. We're supposed to be against the sports books, not against each other, just because we might be on opposite sides of a game. There's just so much hate and vitriol out there. Yeah, that's what I hate about sports betting. What is one thing about sports betting today that you love? We were laughing about this the other day, Ariel Epstein and I, and she goes, "You just love meeting random strangers on the internet." And I said, "Bitch, I met you on the internet." Like, all of my friends that are still good friends of mine today, I have met in some capacity because of sports gambling. And it's mind-boggling. The couple that we went to dinner with last night, I met him over there in the clubhouse about 6 years ago. My best friend Chris that flew in from Boston to spend SuperCon this weekend with me, sports gambling. My boyfriend, I met in because he was also in sports gambling. I love that as much as the social media side of things can be so full of hate, that in person, I really think that there is a really good core group of people who actively share the same insights and ideas, and their goal is the same thing, and that is to win. Most underrated handicapper content creator right now. Oh boy. Ooh, this is hard. Well, damn sure it's not Trent. This is tough, man. There is a ton of really talented kids on all sorts of social platforms out there grinding every single day, looking for winners, putting forth the effort, doing their homework. This is a really difficult question that I will have to think on. What is your opinion on the current state of the sports betting industry? This one's really interesting, guys, because we've seen since PASPA got repealed in 2018, which was 6 years ago, such a crazy shift in this industry. And I think right now, it's not good. I think we saw a peak, and now we're starting to level out. Unfortunately, I'm seeing a lot of people losing their jobs and switching careers, and that sucks. But I think that there will be another big push. I think there are a couple of operators that are kind of bullyish towards smaller operators, and you hate to see that. Just because you have deep pockets doesn't mean you should get to dictate where the industry is going. So I'm going to say right now, the industry is going through a little funk. But we've seen it before, right before major legalization, and we're going to see a big push here over the next few years.